change. And what this allows to have happen are unique and special developments, which are really one of a kind. In zoning, we're supposed to have the uniformity rule, and everybody in the zone gets treated equally. Well, we're building a community which isn't sort of paint by number and big swaths of things. Maybe in residential neighborhoods it could be. And in some of our commercial districts, there are sites which are different or other opportunities that may arise. So some communities have gone in the direction of what's called a planned development district, which gives flexibility to an applicant if they go through a more rigorous process. Now, some people have raised the opinion that this is, just like spot zoning, that you could treat and pull out a site and treat it differently than its neighbors. And yes, that's true. You can do that, provided it fits in with the strategic vision of the city, which is where the plan of conservation and development comes in. So the question is, this tool is kind of at the cutting edge, if you will, about what some communities are doing. And some communities think it's a nice concept, and other communities say, you know what, thank you for letting us know, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Based on what I've told you so far, what are your thoughts?
Need to think about it.
Can you give us some examples of other communities that have
West Hartford has done this for years. They call it a special development district in West Hartford. They've used it for all types of developments, including institutional developments like nursing homes, assisted living facilities. They also use the tool of Blueback Square. But the important part about it is that it allows you to say, you know what, you're right. In a residential district, we think that an assisted living facility that, such as they have proposed in that scale and design and architecture fits on that site, but we wouldn't want to allow that in all of our residential zones. Therefore, we're going to treat this site specially. And the PDD tool...
We do that with a special permit, though.
Yeah, but,
How is that different than if they were to come
For a special permit.
for a special permit?
A special permit, the use has to be permitted in the regulations.
Right,
It's got to be
that's
listed.
usable in that zone.
PDD could be something
Totally overrated.
brand spanking. I mean,
I like that concept.
So that concept is part of their regulations, so legally that's how they get away with it?
The process is.
Okay.
Because, for example, if I was an applicant appearing before you tonight, I would say that I want to build a assisted living facility at the corner of North Main and Route 6, okay? And I'm going to show you my site plan, and you get to tweak it and massage it and manipulate it to a point that you're comfortable with it, and this will happen through a zone change process. When you approve or if you were to approve my plan, at that point in time, my plan becomes the zone. So it doesn't have normal language in the regulations. The zoning map shows PDD1. PDD1, the maps are filed on the land records, and the zoning regulations have outlined the process and the documentation that is required. So it is a little bit of a scary concept. It's a wild card, but it can also be kind of an effective land use tool. So tell you what, think about this as we go through the process.
I gotta get more information on that, though.
Alan, how many zone changes have we had in front of this board recently? I don't remember a lot of them.
Typically, this commission maybe sees 2 or 3 a year.
That's what I thought. It's not that, we don't do that.
It's pretty infrequent.
So if you were to search planned development district online, you'll come up with information from other communities in terms of what they have done.
Is there any degree of permanency versus a special permit for the area or anything?
Most land use is permanent. I mean, once the commission approves something, it gets built and it's effectively permanent.
So it would be just that one development site,
Yes.
or it would be an area?
It's just the site that's approved. So somebody, could come along with a different location and a different site, and that tool could be used in that type of situation.
How would that relate to, let's say, for example, up behind the library, there's, I don't know if it's assisted living or for the elderly, that's mixed-use area, that whole area, even though it's a historic district?
Yeah, I think that where PDDs have been used in most communities, it's sort of a more of an assemblage of property to try to, it's not sort of individual tiny sites. It would be generally something more substantial, if you will, is that it's a powerful tool. You don't want to use a bazooka when you need a pistol or something like that. So again, it is a policy-related question. I throw it out on the table for your consideration. At this point in time, the Plan of Conservation, I recently did some work in the town of New Canaan. New Canaan has had an issue with private institutional uses, well-funded, coming in with special permit applications and hiring all the experts to hit all of the special permit criteria. And the neighbors are simply outgunned and outfunded, that they don't have the experts to counteract the traffic and other studies. So when the record is padded, if you will, representing an applicant, it also can make it a little bit more challenging for the commission to get the information to turn that down. So they felt outgunned and outmanned. The Plan of Conservation Development recommended that they approach institutional uses in the future through a plain development district approach, which gives them all the tools. And basically, if they don't like any aspect of the application, a zone change is a legislative decision. The statutes don't give the zoning commission any more authority than you get with a legislative act. And so it changed the nature of the discussion in New Canaan. The neighbors are happy. The institutional uses, they thought they had a pretty good situation, not so much anymore. So it's an approach that can work quite well. So again, I think I got the information I needed, but
I've got to Google that.
yeah, there you go. See, Google's a new word. We're going to got to put Google in the zoning regs too.
Seeing as we did say we're trying to do this in about an hour, you have anything else?
I think as the process continues to unfold, if there's anything else you'd like to pass on, send it to Alan. He can email it to me or whatever. The draft plan will be ready sometime mid to late fall. We're working through issues right now with the Planning Commission. And so look forward to your continued participation. If you see things in the plan, say, hang on a second, please speak up. It's meant to be a community vision, and we look forward to your input and support after it's adopted for implementation.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You can simply.
Someone's going to help me.
I'll make a motion.
If I go home with a full plate, my wife's going to hit this.
No.
Blame it all on Billy.
Gotta take one watching Yankees win.
That's a lot of frosting.
So we gotta take one home and watching Yankees win.
Yeah,
Candy's got it for her.
I know.
Well, we got the girl